Korean tourists were injured in a landing accident during a hot air balloon tour in Turkey. Another South Korean shot dead in the Philippines. A total of 5 South Koreans have lost their lives in the country so far this year. And police have arrested TV actor Kaesong for buying the illegal drug Philippone. The actor was already on probation for using the same drug a few years ago. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Thursday, March 12th. I'm Luke Clary. 12 Korean tourists enjoying the experience of a lifetime riding a hot air balloon over Turkey suddenly saw it all crashing down, sustaining injuries in a landing accident. Authorities say that Korean tourists must take caution when going on these balloon rides in light of several accidents in recent years.
Pamukkale in Turkey is a favorite sightseeing destination for foreign tourists. Around 6 p.m. on Tuesday local time, a hot air balloon carrying Korean tourists fell to the ground while landing. A gush of wind tilted the balloon basket to the side during the landing process. From this accident, 5 Korean tourists suffered fractured bones and 7 Korean tourists sustained bruises. They have been treated at a nearby hospital. Hot air balloon ride is a popular activity in the high plateau region of Cappadocia, featuring boulders of otherworldly beauty and other famous tourist sites in Turkey. However, tourists must take caution in participating in this activity as hot air balloons are greatly affected by strong winds and other weather conditions prone to accidents.
관광객 여러분들이 타시기 전에 날씨 등을 미리 좀 확인을 하시고 안전사고에 각별히 유의해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Last December, a balloon plunged to the ground in Cappadocia, killing 1 Chinese tourist, and a collision between 2 sightseeing balloons in May 2013 left 2 Brazilian tourists dead.
Another South Korean shot dead in the Philippines. A total of 5 South Koreans have lost their lives in the country so far this year, raising the alert for the personal safety of Koreans living and working in the Philippines.
On March 3rd, a body was found on a remote roadside in the Subic Bay area in the Philippines. The dead man was identified as a South Korean national who had a foreigner registration card that had been issued by the Filipino immigration authorities. A fingerprint analysis showed that the man was a 59-year-old, identified only by his surname Min. Judging by the traces of bullets in his body, local police presume that he was shot by a gun.
가슴 쪽에 총탄의 흔적이 발견이 됐고 현장에서 다른 권총이라든가 이런 자살의 흔적이 발견 안 됐기 때문에.
Local police also think that Min was killed either because of business issues or by a burglar. South Koreans are an easy target in the Philippines, a country where about 1 million illegal guns are in distribution and where assassinations do not cost much money to call. Last month, a 45-year-old South Korean woman was shot dead in broad daylight in the capital city of Manila by a burglar. This year alone, 5 South Korean nationals fell victim to murders. South Koreans are nearly twice as likely to be killed in the Philippines as the locals, so measures need to be put into place to protect them.
Police have arrested TV actor Kim Sung-min for buying an illegal drug called Philippone. The actor was on probation for using the same drug a few years ago, and the latest arrest took place when Kim contacted a drug dealer himself while serving a suspended sentence.
TV actor Kim Sung-min was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison and 4 years probation in 2011 for using Philippone, a drug banned in Korea. The police have once again arrested Kim for purchasing and presumably using the drug during his probation period. The actor contacted a drug dealer after seeing an online advertisement last December and bought 0.8 grams of the substance. That amount is enough for 16 injections.
집행유예 기간이 종료되지 않은 상태에서도 필로폰을 매수해가지고 본인 진술로는 1회 정도 투약했다고 짐작한 걸로 봐서는 어느 정도 좀 상습성은 좀 인정되지 않을까 싶습니다.
The police plan to request an arrest warrant for Kim and confirm his drug use by conducting a hair test. Kim has apologized for the recent incident, saying that he is ashamed and very sorry. The police also arrested 5 drug dealers, including a 22-year-old man with the surname Park, for smuggling 150 grams of Philippon from Cambodia and selling it to Kim and other drug users.
South and North Korea have been at odds recently over the North's unilateral changes at the Kaesong industrial complex. In addition to raising workers' wages without discussing the matter with the South first, the North is now demanding fees for using the land in the industrial park.
It's been confirmed that back in November, North Korea demanded that South Korean businesses sign an agreement for payment in using land at the Kaesong industrial complex. The North wants to charge South Korean companies for land use starting this year because the 10-year grace period, which started when the industrial park was built, is now over.
총국 실무자가 우리 관리위원회 측을 방문하여 구두로 개성공단 토지 사용료 관련한 협의를 하자는 의향을 밝혀왔습니다.
The price proposed by the North is €1 per square meter of land. The South and the North are expected to clash over the price and land size as the proposed fee is higher than the rents charged at international industrial complexes in Vietnam. The North has already raised workers' wages by 5.5% without discussing the matter with the South first and enacted a new stipulation on detaining entrepreneurs at the Kaesong industrial complex. Seoul is poised to respond strongly to the North's unilateral measures by sanctioning businesses that agree to raise wages for their North Korean workers.
The Honam high-speed railway is set to open on April 2nd, 6 years after construction began in 2009. It will take the Honam KTX train only an hour and 30 minutes to go from Yongsan Station in Seoul to Songjang Station in Gwangju in southwest Korea.
The Honam high-speed railway will go into full operation on April 2nd, postponed by controversy over whether the railway should stop by Seodaejeon Station. The Honam high-speed railway starts in Yongsan Station in Seoul and makes stops in Cheonan in South Chungcheong Province, Osong in North Chungcheong Province, Gongju, Iksan, and Cheongup before reaching Songjang Station in Gwangju. The Honam KTX train takes 1 hour and 33 minutes to travel from Seoul to Gwangju. That's an hour less than the current travel time. On weekends, 48 KTX trains will run on the Seoul Songjang line and 20 trains on the Seoul Yeosu line, an increase of 6 trains overall. Advance ticket sales will begin on Friday. Previous KTX services to the southwestern region used the high-speed railway only between Seoul and Daejeon and traveled on the existing tracks for the rest of the way. It took more than 2.5 hours to get from Yongsan Station in Seoul to Songjang Station in Gwangju, causing the express service to be criticized as being a high-speed railway in name only. Meanwhile, the Pohang KTX line linking the Shingyangju Station and Shinpohang Station of the Gyeongbu High-Speed Railway will go into operation on April 2nd as well. Once the Pohang KTX line is opened, the travel time from Seoul Station to Shinpohang Station in southeastern Korea will be shortened by an hour to 2 hours and 15 minutes.
State-of-the-art textiles that keep the body warm or won't burn in fire are reinvigorating the market. An international textile exhibition that's underway in the city of Daegu brings together innovative fabrics and even so-called super fabrics for industrial use, drawing the international spotlight.
This innovative fabric is called wearable cosmetics. Just wearing it can keep the skin moisturized and firm. The secret of this fabric lies in the tiny capsules containing nano-sized cosmetic substances.
입고 일상생활을 하면서 지속적으로 그 효능을 볼 수 있는 아주 시테크의 장점을 가지고 있습니다. 그래서 이런 제품들이 지금 최근에는 그 유럽을 중심으로 상당히 급격히 성장하고 있고.
Super fabrics are used widely for industrial purposes, such as in bulletproof military uniforms, explosion-proof gas cans, and non-corrosive water pipes.
쉽게는 방탄복이라든가 그다음에 소방봉 용도로다가 사용을 하고 있고, 그리고 기존 이 그 소재들이 그 산업 분야 각 분야에 안 쓰이는 것이 거의 없다고 보시면 되겠습니다.
The International Textile Fair, called Preview in Daegu, has brought together 340 textile companies from Korea and abroad, which showcase their latest products. The textile industry has emerged as a high value-added industry with the production of super fabrics in Korea surging from 1,000 tons in 2009 to 7,000 tons last year.
Baseball season is back this month. The KT Wiz is the newest addition to the South Korean Professional Baseball League this year, raising the number of teams to 10. Here's a preview of their new ballpark.
The former Suwon Baseball Stadium was renovated for 1.5 years and has become home to the KT Wiz. The remodeled ballpark seats 20,000 spectators with an opened, unhampered view and has a giant high-definition electronic scoreboard. For those who want more dynamic close-ups of the game, there's a booth called the Exciting Zone near the field. Other special facilities for spectators, like the barbecue zone, are also available. Most of all, the KT Wiz Park will serve baseball fans using state-of-the-art information technology. The official Team Mobile application called WizApp allows spectators to search for players' records in real time and order snacks from the stands, all from their smartphones. The Wi-Fi network allows all 20,000 spectators to access the internet simultaneously.
KT 위즈 파크는 볼거리, 즐길거리, 먹거리가 풍부한 새로운 팬 친화적 구장으로 리모델링하였습니다.
South Korea's 10th pro baseball team, the KT Wiz, is now ready to make their debut. They'll hold their first homestand exhibition game this weekend.
Veteran singer Han Dae-soo is known as a pioneer of Korean folk music. His new album will feature new songs and tributes by other singers. Here's today's Showbiz News.
Singer Han Dae-soo will release a commemorative album entitled Reverse Rebirth in April to mark the 40th anniversary of his debut. The new album will feature a new song entitled My Love, which is about his ex-girlfriend he met at the music cafe, says Sibong. It will also include Han's hit songs remade and resung by other singers like Jeon In-kwon, Yoon Do-hyun, and Kang San-hae. To commemorate the release of the album, Han will hold a concert in late April at the LG Arts Center in Seoul. Idol girl group Red Velvet now has 5 members with a new addition. It brought in Yeri as a new member and will release an album entitled Ice Cream Cake on March 18. With its digital single Happiness, Red Velvet last year won the Rookie of the Year awards at major music awards ceremonies. The Super Junior DNE first album, The Beat Goes On, has topped the iTunes album chart in Hong Kong and 7 Asian nations like Thailand and Singapore. It is also enjoying explosive popularity at home, as seen in its dominance of South Korean major album sales charts.
Oak trees are quite common and many medicinal herbs grow on them. Some have excellent properties in treating arthritis and muscle pain. Well, here's more. Deep in the mountains in Damyang, South Jeolla Province, there's a special plant called mistletoe. It's hard to find because it only grows in high-lying sunny areas. Mistletoe is known for its excellent cancer-fighting properties. It's regarded an herb of immortality in countries around the world.
동흑보감에 보면은 이제 겨우살이는 뼈와 관절을 튼튼하게 하고 혈액순환을 도와주면서 허리 아픈 증세를 없애고요. 또 이제 여성들은 이제 임신 중이나 임신 후에 하혈에 효과적입니다.
Mistletoe can be consumed as tea. Just put 50 grams of mistletoe into 2 liters of water and boil for 30 to 40 minutes. To make mistletoe liquor, fill about 40% of a jar with dried mistletoe and pour in some liquor. Then, leave it to ferment for 1 year in a shady area. Here's another medicinal herb that grows on oak trees. It's Gastrodia elata, also known as Gastrodia root. It's planted in early spring and takes 2 years to grow. This root helps alleviate the symptoms of paralysis.
그리고 팔다리가 강직이 되면서 마비되는 증세라든가 말이 어둔하고 어지러운 증세, 그리고 그 뇌로 인해서 오는 그 간질 등의 증세에 효과적입니다.
Gastrodia roots are often confused with yams. Unlike yams, which belong to the family of tuberous plants, Gastrodia roots comes from the orchid family. Therefore, their areas of use and medicinal properties are profoundly different from those of yams.
이거 생으로는 절대 못 먹어요. 냄새가 지독해가지고.
One of the best ways to eat Gastrodia roots is by grinding them up with fresh fruit. You can also grind raw Gastrodia roots and mix them with wheat flour to make pancakes. You can use the same dough to make chewy dough flakes. These 2 herbs growing on oak trees and offering multiple health benefits are perfect for improving your health at the end of the winter. And now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.